But strangely enough, there is left in the world today an area as big as the United States
that's never been seen by a human being.
The best is yet to come.
They are extraterrestrial. Terrestrial meaning terrain, meaning land. What if I told you you can have your aliens too? That they come from outer space, not upper space, but outer space.
Houston, we have a call.
We destroyed that technology.
People should not be walking around with masks.
That stuff is whack.
There's your flu
last year.
Here's your flu this year. Literally doesn't even
exist. All right,
exist.
everybody, welcome back to the Hibbler Effect. I want to thank you first and foremost for going to rent the film Level with me, all the support that's coming in. I really do appreciate it. The feedback's been great, guys. Better than I ever expected, but wow. The stuff I've been getting in, the emails I've been getting, the heartfelt changing lives. This is why I do it. This is why I do this. This is why I love that you guys support that. On the show today is one of the main guys of that film, Flat Earth Millionaire, Tanner Stewart. I've gotten a lot of comments saying, get Tanner on, get Tanner on. Well, we got him on, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, the Flat Earth Millionaire, Tanner Stewart. Welcome to the show, brother.
Hey, thanks for having me on, Sean. Man, I really greatly appreciate everything you do, bro. I love you. I mean, this film is beyond our wildest imaginations. This is going to reach more people than what we can even fathom. So I'm just so thankful and appreciative for you, Sean. You are one of my best friends. You're my brother. I love you, and just want to let you know I am very appreciative of you, brother.
I love you, man, and you. What a job you did in this film, man. I mean, just everything off the top of your head. You're just going and going. And I always look forward to filming you each year because I know I don't need to help much. You got everything trapped in that brain. You got so much knowledge and information. And I just like to let you go. And the way we set it up, guys, usually me and Tanner, when we're filming, we just have a conversation like this. We're just talking about you. Of course, you don't hear me, but we're just talking and then he just goes. And I love it when he gets on his rants. It's so easy for me to edit and deal with.
Quiet as the horror of it began to register.
Besides the trauma-based mind control and putting children through that trauma, and also it reinforces their model. It reinforces their religion. Look, this terrible thing happened. We're trying to go to space. We're trying to explore for science. But look, all those people died.
But at 1 o'clock, school was closed. It had to close.
I felt as if my whole body blew up inside when I saw that. And I can just never be as shocked as I am now.
Seeing it with my own eyes, it really just scared me.
Some astronauts blow up in a rocket. What does that do subconsciously to the average person? They don't want to go up into space. They don't want to blow up in a rocket. We'll leave that to the professionals. We'll leave that to NASA and our government.
What was your favorite moment of this film, my friend? Now that it's out, with every guest I have moving forward, I'm sure the guests would have already seen the film. I'll be sending them to future guests to make sure they can review it. But what out of all the scenes, and there's many good ones, of course, it's kind of hard to whittle down to one. And now excluding yourself, because I know that there's moments with yourself in it that have to be right there. But what is your top moment without yourself involved?
That's a very tough question, Sean. Man, I haven't really given it much thought. We've talked about it yesterday, but I mean, after thinking about it, I watched it again today. Man, the Judith Resnick scene, that was just, that was epic, man. That was absolutely telling. I mean, it just from her body language, the immediate panic.
We got her, man. We got her. We fucking got her. Finally, we got her.
Absolutely.
It's unbelievable. And I'm not going to I don't want to give too many spoilers away or give too much information out about the film if you haven't seen it yet. I don't want to ruin it for you. And I don't want to talk about that specifically because the first 25 minutes, I didn't tell you, is going to be on YouTube. So, with the trolls and the agents watching, My Every Move. Let's keep that over on Rockfin. But
Right.
for those that saw the film, of course, you know what he's referencing. And yeah, that's an exclusive moment in history because it tells a tale of exactly who she is. She had every opportunity to make a case. She had every opportunity to at least do the Michael J. Smith approach where it's like, oh, no. You know, I mean, it's like her reaction was exactly what I expected being in probably a witness protection program. So this is exactly what, this is how we change lives, guys. We got to do these kind of uncomfortable things in the future if we want any change. We can't just keep talking about stuff. We have to go deal with it ourselves. We have to go figure out a way to do this, like Justin did with the astronaut. Let's just figure out a way to do this. And I am looking for copycats. Let's go, everybody. Let's go, community. Let's start holding these people accountable so they don't want to do any more public speeches. They don't want to do any more public events. And this is how they dissolve, because if they're not doing these things, then they're not going to get away. You know, it's pretty hard to get away with it anymore if no one's, you know, really paying attention to the alter ego, or they're paying attention to these astronauts and their fibs because they're too scared to go out and do any more autographs, or they're too scared to go out and do any more speeches. Now I'll be getting a lot of feedback on the intro, and just great feedback. I mean, so many people have blown me up, Tanner, like that intro, and I'll even call him out. Rick Hummer's a guy in the flat earth community. I don't know him well, but he did reach out to me, and he told me that the intro with Tanner is so epic. The words come out of his mouth, and just the whole approach of setting the tone for the film, for the people that are not fully awakened, that was the perfect thing to say to them, to make them understand what's about to come. And you know, I want you to kind of go over, you know, we did a few takes of that drone shot, and the final take that everyone heard in the film, that was all freestyle, guys. There was, now me and Tanner briefly talked about like, hey, what should I be talking about here? And I'm kind of just like, I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know. Just kind of go, man. Just,
Yeah.
you know, we'll do a few takes and we'll see what works. And he just really had nothing to go off of. I just told him, like, make sure that you remind them that they got to be paying attention, because in the beginning, it's like, I didn't know what kind of intro I was going to have. And I'm like, you know, this might be perfect. So let's set it up that way. And that's how the universe works. They set it up for success. And, you know, if you want to touch on that at all, I'm sure you had a few takes. You didn't really know what to talk about, but
yeah, just like all my other videos dating back to 2014, I've had several that have gone viral with 1 million or so plus views, and it's all channeled off the top of my head. It's not scripted. I bust a flow. You know, I channel the energy, frequency, and vibration from all the celestial bodies. I receive it because we are an antenna. We're an artificial intelligence Bluetooth system receiving signals, and I remove the ego and I just let the information flow.
Yeah, and you were sun gazing right before, so I'm sure that helped.
Absolutely. Sun gazing. I was grounding the day before. You know, I mean, in this system, in this construct, a lot of people like to call it a matrix and refer to it as a matrix. And you know, with energy, frequency, and vibration, if this is indeed a simulation, then it's all energy. It can only run on wireless energy, frequency, and vibration. So with that knowledge, I just kind of apply it to my everyday life when I speak to people, when I'm on the phone with clients, or, you know, just speaking to, you know, people in the community.
Yep.
It's all from the heart. It's all, you know,
passion.
It's all passion. It's just off the cuff. And I think that's the best way to go, is just let it all flow, let the information come out, be real, be realistic, be genuine, authentic, and the information just flows. Now, you know, last year and in level, and even this year, I had a few hiccups as far as, you know, stuttering or doing several takes. And I think that has to do with me not being on the right vibration. I think, you know, with stress or, little things along the way that come to us in life. I just don't think I was vibrating 100% at the level that I was supposed to. And that kind of showed in our outtakes and, in filming and stuff. But I think if we're vibrating at the right frequency, the right, station, basically look at it as like a radio station. We're tuned into the right station, we're going to receive the signal.
Yeah, man. And your radio station to start the film was a very high frequency. Not everybody's going to retain the information the way they should. But even the people on a lower frequency watching, I think that can raise their frequency a hair to set the tone for the rest of the film, because you got this powerful intro coming from a powerful man, and it just sets the tone. It goes right into a state of shock at that point with the Challenger hoax. So, you're reminding people to pay attention, and then it's right after is the Challenger hoax. Mm-hmm. They better pay attention to that. And there's a lot of facts and images and videos involved with breaking that whole thing down. And it's hard for people to grasp, because especially maybe some of the older people that were watching the film, because, they remember it. Oh, I was there. I remember that day. There's a lot of comments all over these platforms where it's streaming saying that they remember that day. And, but now they know. It's none of, I never got one response, even a troll. No one said a word towards the Challenger, the breakdown that I did with the Challenger. And flat earthers, we've all seen these breakdowns. We've all heard it before. Yes, there's some exclusive stuff in this film that you've never seen. That's why I do what I do, to make sure that I can bring that to you. But I break it down in a sense where, your neighbor, your cousin, whoever is denying this or making fun of you, they're not going to be doing that anymore. There's no way to deny it anymore. It's over. If you're the type of person that, you just want to show I'll just say cousin from now on. You just want to show your cousin some before and afters of Scobie or Resnick or Michael J. Smith or whoever on Azuka. If you're just like, hey, look at this photo, that's never gonna work. It's never gonna work, because in their mind, they're in defense. That's Photoshop. That's this. That's that. That's that. Play them the film, because I do it in a way where I'm breaking it down. And when we approach certain astronauts of the past that are now alive still, you get to determine, meaning your cousin can now determine what's real and what's not. We are showing you things that you can't deny. And teeth don't lie, as I always say. Your teeth, you could get a nose job, Krista McCullough. You can get a nose job. You could do anything you want to your face, but your teeth, it's very hard to mess with that and alter those. I guess technically you can yank them out and put dentures in, whatever. But when you line these teeth up and you see side by side these people that are alive today, teeth don't lie. And bodies are identified through the dental records. If a body is badly decomposed or whatever the situation is, they go by the dental records. So it's the evidence is there. It's just a matter of setting aside the ego and allowing the information to come and accepting reality as it is. With the intro, prior to the moment of us filming, I was just thinking about how, over 2 million children go missing every single year, 800,000 a year from the U.S. alone. And that's just what they report.
That's just what they report. Absolutely. And how we are in a legitimate war. This is a war. We are in a war, and games are over. Wars are not won by being nice and, kind and loving and any other hippie movement.
Be polite. Be polite.
Started by the CIA. Be polite. Hey, let's start the hippie movement. Love and peace, which peace is actually the symbol for war. You and I both know the actual peace symbol is this.
Right there.
Right here. So let's get on this subject. People pushing the dome. They are liars. And they may not know that they're lying. They may not know that they're pushing a mainstream false narrative. At the end of the day, they're still liars. in a snow globe, as you know, Sean, we're stuck here. There's only 7 continents. There's nowhere to go.
Same concept as the globe, guys.
Same concept as the globe. They take the globe concept, they bring it over here. There's 7 continents. The mainstream narrative, Simpsons, Under the Dome, government encyclopedias, they've all programmed you with a virus to, oh yeah, well, it's okay. Flat Earth is okay. We'll push people like this. We'll push the snow globe. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. But as soon as you talk about more land or a possible infinite plane matrix, everyone wants to talk about we're in a matrix, but they want to just ignore the concept of a matrix and how the construct is set up. All flight simulators, all video games, all computer games are all based on an infinite plane.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and with my energy, most people, like in that instance just now, they can't handle that. They shut off. They say, oh, he's an asshole. He's arrogant, he's misogynistic, whatever the situation is. The fact of the matter is my frequency and my energy is so high that most people can't deal with it. And when I bring facts on top of that, they just completely shut down.
Yeah, fact is a simple fact, as simple as all water is level. So
Yes.
the ocean above is not curving, guys. It's not curving. It's not a, and well, the ancients drew that's all they can see. It's the same thing as you go outside. It's all you see is this dome of vision. I know Dave Weiss talks about all the time, your dome of vision.
Yeah,
now,
the dome of vision.
For the flat earthers that proclaim that there's a glass dome above us, like on top of a dinner plate, and we're just trapped in here, and it comes down in Antarctica, you can write your name on it. Where do you, I'm still waiting for evidence of that. I get the speculation, like I'm not dumb, I understand the speculation, but where's your evidence of that? Don't come at me and say, well, where's your evidence of more land? How many books do I have to show you? How many eyewitness testimonies do we have to go over? And how many, we don't even gotta get into Admiral Byrd. It's just, they're hiding more land. There's no way that there's 7 continents in this entire world. I don't want to fucking hear it anymore.
Yeah, if the mainstream narrative is saying that we're in a snow globe, Simpsons, Under the Dome, all that stuff, the Bible, the Roman Empire's book to keep you people enslaved, no matter what the source, it's still mainstream. And we can all agree the mainstream common denominator narrative is a snow globe. So let's step back. We know we've shown footage. We know the rockets bounce off water. There's obviously water above. We can see the objects hitting it, from the rockets to to even the nukes that were sent up. Yep. We know water does
not nukes, but we know what you meant, not nukes.
Yeah. Well, I'm in the Matrix here. I got to speak in Matrix terms from time to time for the bads to get it. So, what was I talking about?
No, you were just talking about that there's countless evidence that you can't get past the firmament.
Yeah. Yep. So, when we look at the evidence of there's obvious waters above, we know this is the simple fact. This is back to where I was talking about facts. The fact is water does not curve, period. The waters above obviously do not curve. Since when do waters start curving? Never.
No.
Never. So
you can't sit there and talk about the lakes on the earth and the oceans on the earth are flat and level, but above us it's curving. It's like, listen, I get the point of the dome theory. There's a glass dome above us and all this stuff. I understand the concept. I know that there in the Bible, one of many religious books, that it claims there's a firmament and it looks of molten glass. Well, molten glass can be a watery substance as well. It could be a dense H3, which Austin went over wonderfully. It's an impenetrable firmament above us. It's a water that your frequency as a human being cannot get through, and they might have found a way to tap into it, whether that be via crafts that they have designed that can tune into those frequencies. We don't know. Now, all of that speculation, I granted, but like me and Tanner have said for years, Back to the Future could definitely be a documentary. Everyone's like, The Matrix is a documentary. And yeah, no, The Matrix is a documentary for sure. Show me a snow globe in The Matrix, though. But it's just the point. Back to the Future, they're pretty much telling you what they can do. And again, it's speculation, but I wouldn't put it past them that they would know how to do that type of stuff by now. And if they don't have some sort of crafts that can tune into those frequencies, right, Tanner?
That's right. Absolutely. I want to touch on another fact. So, everyone within the community has seen the footage. If you've watched the film, you've seen the Go Fast rocket that supposedly hit. It looks like it hit the firmament at what, 72 miles, right?
Yeah, between I think 73, but either way, give or take.
Let's call it 100 miles.
Sure.
Okay. Let's just say 100 miles.
Easy
Let's
math,
go with
yeah.
that. Yeah, let's go with that. 100 miles. Okay. So let's picture. Here's the ground. Here's the earth. Okay. Here's the earth. 100 miles above the earth is a small, tiny.
Yeah, you could probably go even lower than that.
Small, tiny ceiling. How in the fuck does a small 100-mile ceiling stretch all the way across thousands of miles on the other side in Antarctica and touch the ground somewhere where you can go write your name on the glass? How does that make any sense?
Yeah, you'd hit your head on top of the Sears Tower.
Well, you go out to 500 miles, towards the south parallel, and you're going to hit your head. What is wrong with you people? Use logic. These are facts. It is scientifically and physically impossible, snow globe tards, that there's a dome firmament above us. The firmament are level waters above us. We've seen it. Water does not curve. So how can a 100-mile ceiling stretch across a few thousand miles?
Not even a few thousand. There's probably way more than that, as you know, but.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just using it as an example. Picture that in your mind, snow globe tards. It makes absolutely no sense. When we review all the footage, let's just go on a limb and call it, let's 5x that, 500 miles. That's not tall enough to reach out the outer edges out to Antarctica. It just makes absolutely no sense. Then you go and research the Iron Republic, Worlds Beyond the Poles, Admiral Richard Byrd, live television, says he found more land. He gets killed. 6 months later, Antarctica treaty is put in place, and then NASA's like, don't look out there where Admiral Richard Byrd's talking about in this land the size of North America. Look up here, everybody. And you all fell for it. Okay? So back in 2015, I made a video. It went viral. Everyone in the community saw it. Everyone. It was called We Do Not Live in a Snow Globe. And shortly after that, the Infinite Plane Society was started magically by that known shield. I can't even remember his name.
IPS?
IPS, Infinite Plane Society with the penguins.
Yeah, what a fucking loser.
Self-proclaimed Freemason. They were like, okay, Flat Earth came out. Okay, let's, everything's good. Oh, wait, now they're talking about more land. Matt Powerland was talking about more land. I don't know if he was a government plan or whatever else. Because he went cuckoo. He's the only one talking about more land. And when I saw the first video in 2014, he was talking about more land. I'm like, oh, shit, that makes sense. But anyways, then he goes off left field and he starts looking crazy. And then Infinite Plane Society comes up and all of a sudden you saw what happened. It was a smear campaign. So
yeah, they tried to bury more land by the characters they chose to bring forward.
And it didn't work. And, it just goes back to the facts and simple logic and the fact that most people can't admit they've been fooled twice. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
Shame on you. Shame on you. You fooled me once. Shame on me. You fooled me twice. They fooled you ignorant snow globe tards twice. And you can't let go of the ego and you can't say, yeah, I've been fooled again. Okay, let me look into this. No, you got to defend your snow globe to the death. It's like taking away Santa, from a child, or the ball from a globe tard. It's the same concept. I mean, it's the same principles. They just carried it over.
Well, here's the thing too.
Yeah.
I think the reason that they don't want to give it up the most, and I'm not picking on the religious ones, but it's based on the book. It's like they look at firmament and they says looks like a molten glass. They automatically go, that means it's glass. So that Simpsons thing's right. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And then they go, I hear this a lot too. Saying there's more land is blasphemy because God would have mentioned it. God would have mentioned what? Even if you think that book is 100% real, like the one you get for free in your hotel room. Yeah, that whole thing is filled with nothing but truth. Okay, granted, I'll say it. Let's say it is. So that whole thing's true. Okay. Well, why would God say anything regarding this? How dumb would this sound? And I made the heaven and the earth and separated the waters, and I made 7 continents, but I also made extra continents too. What are you talking about? Everything in that book regarding land on Earth is everything. Tell me where it says 7 continents, guys. Tell me where it says it stops. They do talk about Antarctica in a sense, but I've heard some people tell me, I'm not a religious guy, an organized religious guy like that. I know there's a creator, but I'm not an organized religion guy, but I had some organized religion people tell me that there actually is some verses in the Bible that are talking about something beyond Antarctica, something past something. I don't know. I could be wrong. But here's the thing, guys. We've gone too long on YouTube right now, and I really want to get into some juicy stuff with him that, we just can't talk about on the platform, as you guys know. So, Tanner, thanks for joining us on the Hitler Effect on YouTube. Everybody head over to Rockfin now. We will be over there. See you then.